Hi, welcome along everyone. Today we're going to be looking into microbore heating systems, and seems quite a few of you are having trouble and can't find anything about them. Not much on the internet anyway, so I'm going to try and fill that gap in for you and explain why they were put in the first place and what can go wrong with them. So you might ask, what is the problems with this microbore heating? Well, it was kind of all out in the 60s, 70s, 80s, plenty of it around. It was kind of almost meant for the DIY plumber because you could do it yourself, just reel it out. The copper pipe then was on a reel, you just kind of unreeled it, fed it through, so it was really easy, no cutting noggins or joists like you have with 15 or 22mm pipe. The idea was you could fit heat in very, very quickly to the radiators with this stuff. It all just connected back to a manifold, and that connected then to your flame return from the boiler. So it was very simple and easy to use, but obviously the drawbacks were that if there was any kinks, it had been badly fitted, that you would get a block there. Also, back in the early days, once the pipes met where the radiator fitting would be, we just used to, my old plumbers, we just run it up in that little thin pipe, connect it to the radiator in that little thin pipe. Well, obviously, you know, kids would knock things against that pipe. If you had little youngsters in the house, it could get bent or dented. And also, people would try maybe to tighten the rad valve up if you had a leak or wanted to change the rad valve on the radiator, and not hold against, so that the rad valve would twist like this and kink the pipe underneath, so you'd have a proverbial kink going to that radiator. But what was the main problem? Well, the manifolds that fed the pipes to the radiators. If you lived in a normal two-storey house, you'd have one upstairs, one downstairs. Bungalows would probably only have one, and same with flats. But that was where the blockages seemed to occur with hard water limescale, if you're in hard water area, and also black sludge would build in these positions. And mainly because once they've not been treated for a little while, not been cleaned or looked after, this is where the blockages would start to occur. And because you had such little tiny bores of pipe going through, this would be the problem. Unlike 15mm or 22mm, where at least you had a bit of room, if you did start to get a bit of a blockage, it wasn't just a tiny little microbore pipe that was going to block up pretty much straight away, and then you'd find your radiators dying away. Okay, I'll just show you a modern example now, because it's still fitted. The old microbore, it's done in obviously plastic these days. Once again, it's meant to be easy and a DIY kind of job almost, but I'll show you a more modern system. But it's exactly the same for an old system. I've got it here on my computer. Well, here's a diagram of a modern type system with using HEP2O fittings. Because it's still used, it's still widely regarded by some plumbers as good because it uses very minimal water in the pipes, which means it should be pretty efficient. Now, normally from the manifold you couldn't go further than 5 meters. I think that's still the case in runs, because it wouldn't start to be too far, too much pressure for the pump to get round. Usually you need a bigger pump as well for microbore systems because you're going through small pipes. As you can see here, as I show you, there's our boiler there, and you can see that the flow runs there into a manifold here, and it's teeing off down into our radiators, and obviously there's another one there returning. Okay, that connects back to the boiler as our flow connects to that one. These is where I used to find most of the problems, in this one here on the flow, on the hot spot we used to call it, and the hot spot always seemed to be where the blockage was, and also sometimes on the very return one here. For some reason again, at the bottom of the system the sludge seemed to lay or build up. So you had a couple of alternatives really, and I would say probably with microbore a power flush would be the best thing you could probably do to get it out. But obviously you can still use my system of pouring in system cleaner, leaving it for the time, and then drain that out, flush it out thoroughly, and put in obviously your own inhibitor, the amount that's required for your system, and see how you get on. But if it's really bad, a power flush will be the only answer. And other than that, I'm afraid it's just changed the whole system. If you just keep playing on, go back to traditional 22mm and 15. Bit of a job, bit more of a hassle to get it all back to that. But I've known some people that have actually done that in the end. Right, well, here just to show you is a radiator valve that is a 10mm microbore one. You can see quite how small that bore is there, and like I said, when that's screwed in a radiator, you can imagine if you try to undo that nut there, what happens, I mean it's nice and loose at the moment, obviously it's brand new, it's never been fitted, is that when you go to undo it, if you don't hold this valve steady with another spanner, it will go like that. It will twist, and once it's done that, the microbore pipe underneath will have a kink in it, and that will be a real disaster. So this is happening quite a lot, and I know a lot of you have sent me mail about what they can do if they've kinked it, and the only way is cut below it, put a coupling in and take the kink out. But that's the problem as well with these little valves, and with these days you fit new, you tend to sleeve that with a piece of pipe, a bit of stainless steel over it to make it look nice and give it a bit more strength, so that doesn't happen, okay, because that's a major problem. Okay, otherwise you don't have these, you have a 15mm valve on your radiator. Take the 15mm pipe down under the floor, then transfer it back to 10mm. That's the other way of doing it as well. But obviously you can get valves that are 10 like that, and that obviously means the pipe's going to go into that valve at 10mm, which is very weak. Okay, that's all. I just wanted to show you that one so you could get an idea how small that pipe is and the fragile nature of it. Well, that's it. For all of you who've got microbore systems, sorry you have. No, I'm only joking. They all work when they're working, don't they? Like everything, like our computers and everything else. When they're going, they're great. When they go wrong, a nightmare. Okay, just a little one from me then on microbore systems. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Usual place, you know, to go. Darren33. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.